7th of October, and heading back from the Plains, Ohio. Went up to the Indian Mound Festival. Not a lot going on there. A lot of good people, but nothing really going on with the Indian Mound Festival. They was having karaoke and stuff like that, but it's kind of cold and rainy, and or it was earlier, and then it dried up and stuff. But as you can see now, no more. Whirl around there and show you the skies. It did kind of clear up and stuff, but it's still pretty cool. And tomorrow's supposed to be even colder than what it was today. Kind of weird. Yesterday, wearing a t-shirt, sweating and everything else, And today, gotta have a coat on. So, anyway, but the reason why that I wanted to jump on here and make this video is the Lord speaks to us, and I know I have to make this video, and I don't want to put it off because I know that the Lord gave me what I'm about to tell you, and I just don't want to put it off. So look how pretty the sky is up here and stuff. Look at this. The sky is really, really amazingly beautiful today. I guess there's a hurricane or something that's actually supposed to be blowing up the East Coast or up towards Maine or something like that. I think that's why the weather's doing what it's doing. Anyway, God's having it to do what it is, but the sky is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look around here. Look at the sun up there. And I hope it looks as good on, just being recorded off the camera there as what it looks right here, right now. And, but we're here on 32, and here's the airport. Show them the airport there. Columbia Road, 1/2 mile. But I need to make this video because if you guys are like me, you had that question. It's like, well, does God speak to us? Because I don't hear a big booming voice or whatever. No, do you ever think about that?
Yeah.
Do you ever think, truly, don't you wish that God would just all of a sudden just start talking to you?
Yep.
But He gave me something, and here's why that He doesn't speak to us in His voice. Now, I'm not saying He hasn't spoke to anyone in His voice because of Moses, naturally. But that, aside, if you're talking, well, actually, I'm not going to put that aside at all, but, I was always like, boy, if the Lord, if He'd speak to me, well, I'd jump off a cliff if He told me to, but that's not what He's going to do. The Lord is speaking to you when you say, well, I would go do that, but I know it would be wrong, so I'm not going to do that. Well, that is the Lord speaking to you. When you do something and you know that you wasn't supposed to be doing it, and you're talking in your head to yourself, okay, well, that's not really yourself speaking to you. You know better than to do it anyway. But whenever you go on with it and you realize, hey, I really, really shouldn't have done that. that's the Lord speaking to you. Now, this is what's been given to me, and I know it. There's no doubt, because there's a couple other things that I'll share with you on this video of what I'm talking about. But whenever he's talking to you, that is, and it sounds like yourself just talking, you know, like, well, I shouldn't do that. Well, sometimes that probably is you doing that, but if you do something that you already know is wrong, and then you think it's you, you know, like telling you that or whatever, it's God, you know. Or have you ever started to do something, you say, well, I don't really know what to do, but then all of a sudden it just comes to you, and you say, well, you know what, I'm going to do this. Okay, that is the Lord speaking to you. And the reason why that he does it that way is because if he did come to you in a great big booming voice or whatever, you know, like, oh, shall I do this, or how, you know, however, take another peek up here at the sky. Look, I just think, I always just love looking over that way. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Turn it on around a little bit. There you go. I just think that's gorgeous. You know, God always paints us a new poster almost every day. But you would definitely know. Like if God spoke to you and it's a different voice other than yours, does that make sense to you? No?
Yep.
Okay, so if he's speaking to you in a different voice, then you can say, well, I know God's real because he speaks to me and he's got this voice. So then you wouldn't really be going off of your faith in him. You would be going off of what you know, because you know that he had, well, of course you know your faith too, but what I'm saying is, if it's a different voice and you clearly know it's a different voice, you don't really have faith to go off of. Then you're going off of. Anyway, I think that you get that. So that's why, and it came to me, and I knew I was supposed to share it with everyone, and so that's what I'm doing. And I really hope that each and every one of you are doing well. I know that it seems like everybody's struggling nowadays over the Obama regime. And yeah, but just remember that the next time that you think, you know, well, how come God doesn't speak to us, you know, in his voice, or how come God doesn't speak to me? Well, he is speaking to you. And I think after you listen to this and watch this, that you'll remember it for sure, and you'll be able to recognize it a lot clearer, because nowadays they are doing everything that they can to completely erase the Bible and God. And it's so sad. You know, I feel sorry for anyone out there that doesn't believe in God. And I'll tell you what, if I'm honest about it, I feel more sorry for the ones who actually are thinking that, you know, Buddhism or whatever else, or they have their religion and they think that they're going to whatever place or whatever. Turn around here and look at this. How's this for a sunset for you? Now, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Just show it over there. No. Here's one thing that I want to ask you right now, why that's right there. How come that sun's still burning? Who made that sun? Why is it that if you light a log on fire, the log eventually burns up and it's done and it's gone? So how come, even as big as this sun is, why doesn't it burn out? why does that? Because it's not, it burns during the day and then it goes to sleep and then it reignites and stuff like that. No, the sun has been burning for how long, we don't know. People say, millions of years or whatever, but only God knows whenever he made that sun. But you tell me, what keeps that sun burning like that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without fail? Like right now, it's not going out. It's just going wherever it goes, around or whatever. There's talk of flat earth and then round earth. We did go to the moon. We didn't go to the moon. All the confusion and the corruption and everything. Super sad. So, but I know God is real, and I'm going to hang on to that because Naomi was just telling me about China, and they're trying to change the Bible. But here's something that I told her. They ain't changing the Bible. You can't change the Bible. The Bible doesn't change. God's Word never will change. But that's why you want to know what God's Word is. He says to stand on His Word, put on the full armor of God. And that means to know the Word and, to have your belief protected and rock solid. That's your armor. Now, I'm not jumping out of an airplane today or jumping off of a cliff or blowing something up or whatever. It may not seem like, set your hair on fire video, but to the people who really believe in God and they understand how amazing that this was, because I was absolutely amazed whenever God gave me the answer to this, because I had asked, if I asked once, I asked a million times, it's like, God, speak to me, show me a sign, give me something, tell me something or whatever. It's not going to do that. You have to walk on faith. It says that the end times or whatever, that before you can eat or anything else, that you got to accept the mark of the beast. And I got to tell you, I so really, really want to recognize that. I hope it is that clear. I hope they don't try to sneak something in on us somehow, some way. But that's why that we gotta, be mindful to God and watch what we do and stuff. We have to be better people. We have to be better Christians. I fall short all the time. That's why I ask you guys to pray for me all the time, or mainly the boss, but I pray for you guys all the time, because man, this is a very, very rough planet right now. Look how pretty that is right there. Look at this. The sky is beautiful. I absolutely mean it. I really do. I pray for you guys all the time out there, and I appreciate you guys subscribing and watching the videos and stuff. And again, I know the way to thank you for the prayers and stuff for the boss is to say God bless you. So I'll come back with another video, but this one here is just why that God doesn't speak to you in a different voice, but He's there. So it's just going to sound like your voice or like you're speaking to yourself, but it's definitely the Lord. So anyway, I think I'll jump off here. Maybe I'll make another video on something else I'd like to tell you, but always glad to hear from any of you. Appreciate every one of you. So thanks for the prayers for the boss. He's doing better with his hips, but it's going to be a slow recovery. So anyway, God bless America. God bless you and yours. We're praying for you. Thanks for praying for us and the boss. Love you, Lord. Love you, boss. Peace out.